Hi, this is Mike Howe from Metal Church, and you're tuned in to the Straus Project. Straus Project rolls on. I am with Mike Howe of Metal Church, believe it. Woo! And they just had a killer set here at Chicago Open Air. Welcome back, man. It's really great to see you.
Thank you, JR. It's awesome to be here.
So you took a break from the business for a while. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I, in 1994-ish, I had a belly full of the business. It was tough. It was kind of beating our band down from what I saw, so I had to walk away before it made it ugly for me, because I love Metal Church, and I didn't like what it was doing to us, so I stepped away. And, I was married, and I had two boys and to show for it, and I had a great life outside, and now that my boys are a little older, and I have afforded the time, and Mr. Vanderhoof convinced me to come on back, and it was the greatest decision I've made.
So you guys are back together, and did you find that chemistry right away, or did it take a while to kind of get that pattern back again?
No, it was always there. It's that kind of thing, like if an old friendship that in the chemistry you've always had just kind of clicks right in again, and we were like, this is awesome.
So speaking in that vein, an old friendship, how do you walk away from that? How do you make the decision to say, okay, I've had enough, this is my passion and what I love to do, but I can't handle the business end of it, so I'm just going to stop doing what I love? How do you make that decision?
It's not easy. It is not easy, but when the business is ruining, in your mind, something you love, you don't want to see it die a horrible death. So the memory of what we'd done in Metal Church was something that would sustain me through the years away from it, going, we did the best we could and made the best metal music, and I believe it stood up for what we did. It wasn't like we were creatively on a downclow. We just were being pushed in wrong directions from record company and management. So that's why I said we really were lucky and felt grateful to have a second chance to redeem ourselves into not to redeem, but to actually have a chance for closure on something we felt we didn't have.
When you said that you were having problems with the record company back in the 90s, the game has completely changed now.
Yeah.
2 decades later, you've got the internet and all these independent publishing companies. Do you feel like you have a lot more freedom now than you did previously?
We have total freedom, and that's the reason I'm back. We have a great record company, Rat Pack Records, and they handle, we deliver a record made by Kurt and I. Kurt's the producer, arranger, he's amazing talent. He and I write the music together, and he records it, produces it, engineers it, and he and I work closely on making the final product the way that we feel Metal Church should sound like, and then we deliver it to Rat Pack Records, and they package it and deliver it to the fans who want to buy it, and then they promote it through their websites and Facebook pages.
I'm a big Todd LaTorre fan, and you had him guest on your tune, Fake Healer.
I'm a huge Todd LaTorre fan also.
What a coincidence.
He is so awesome.
And you guys have those voices that blend so well together. It's like that classic sound, but you guys, your voices just sound so well together. Can you talk a little bit about that chemistry between you two?
Yeah, well, that's surprising, and it's also our philosophy as Metal Church together again, Kurt and I, going, we are going to have open minds and open hearts to be receptive to the universe and the gods of second chance and all that stuff. And when it was presented to us, because I met Todd on the Monsters of Rock cruise, because we played with Queensryche, and he was like, I love Metal Church, and he had a Blessing in Disguise t-shirt, and he came to our show, and we're like, oh my God, this guy's awesome. And he and I hit it off immediately. And then our record company, Joe O'Brien, said, oh, Todd, you should do a duet. And I'm like, well, he likes Blessing in Disguise, how about Fake Healer? And we already had it recorded, the instruments, because Kurt was planning a whole new release of old songs with the old singer, but that didn't come to fruition. So we had those tracks, so I sang it again, and we sent it to Todd and his producer, and they were like, oh, we want to do it, honor to you, and I'm like, Todd, you have my blessing to do whatever you want to do, you're awesome. And they sent that back, and we were like, Yeah, thank you, Todd. Yeah,
Amazing. Yeah, I mean,
so,
it's an updated sound for something that you guys did that was just so classic.
yeah. So then from there it was like we should do a video, and of course he was. And then I don't know if you know about this, but we had a show in Barcelona last month, and Queensryche played also, and he came out and we did it.
You're out here now on this great tour, Chicago Open Air. Talk a little bit about the reception you get and, you know, the maturity that comes with having those technical issues on stage where maybe 2 decades ago you might have been a little bit different reacting than you did today.
Off stage.
Yeah, I saw you handle it really well today.
Well, I
actually.
so much appreciate that, but you know, first thing I always think about the fans and you know what I need to give to them, you know, and it's not fair to freak out and do that. So I always try to keep my cool and say technical problems can happen, and you know they're doing their best. Like I said on stage, I just try to be honest. My honesty is the best approach, and the fans are so awesome, and they're so sympathetic and empathetic to those kind of things, and I feel their energy, and their energy is always, when things are going great, it's powerful. When things are going hard, they're like sympathetic and empathetic, and I see their empathy to me, and it really empowers me.
So what's left for Metal Church in 2017? You guys are on a great tour now, and you're heading out to Europe, I believe, right?
So yeah, our plan is to you know, do these shows that we've agreed to for the rest of the year. It's going back to Europe on the 1st. We're doing 2 shows with Megadeth on the 1st and 2nd, Oslo, Norway, and Copenhagen, Denmark. And then we're doing some other festivals for 2 weeks, and then we're coming home. We have one more show in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Prog Fest in September 7th or something like that. I'm not sure. And then we're going to devote the rest of the year of writing the next record.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So you guys have some ideas down already?
Well, Kurt is prolific. The guy's amazing. You know, he's got like 18 songs. Well, the way we work it is, Mike, you ready? Yeah. He goes into he like a mad scientist, goes in, plugs his guitar in his studio and starts writing riffs and basic tracks and sends them to me. And what do you think of these? And I go, oh my God, it's awesome. Keep going. So we have, and once we get a bunch, then I come up to his studio and we start putting vocals and editing them down to songs that work.
I gotta admit, I'm a huge fan of your vocals and your style. You've got that really powerful style. Is there anything that you had to do when you were coming back from being off for so long to get your voice back into shape?
Just remember my singing techniques, which I've never really lost, because I had a great vocal teacher, David Maestro Kyle, years ago in Seattle, and it's just all about diaphragm and controlled screaming and singing correctly, like an opera classical singer, and I've always done that. So amazingly, you know, it shocked me. Yeah, it's still there.
What do you appreciate more now that you've had a chance to step away and come back?
Well, the maturity of the guys is the huge thing, right? We're not 20-something anymore, so in our age, 50-somethings, we're a lot more mature. We can enjoy it more and relax, and let the fans are receptive, we're receptive, and the love circle just flows and flows. It's awesome.
A lot of love here from Mike Howe of Metal Church.
A lot of love.
Thank you so much for sitting down with the Straus Project.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.